space.
Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Into the front court, it's Walker. Down a bundle. And they called the foul. Jay Hughes there. Too late.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First try at the line, no good. Off the mark, 0 for 2 at the line. LeBron into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Whoa, what a finish.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
James to Cousins. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Anthony Davis. 3 for 6 now.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Cousins. Count the bucket for 2.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Hayward. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Davis. Missed it.
Good job, Black. Good job.
Boston with the basketball. To Marcus Smart. DeMarcus Cousins pins it. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Walker. James with the board.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Flushes it home.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Jaylen Brown. And count the basket.
This is basketball one-on-one. Play inside out. Give the big man the ball, and the rest of the court will open up. That was an easy lay.
McGee powers it through.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
Brown with it up top. His guy's down big. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Brown into the front court. He'll run the offense. And the basket good at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
And a pass stolen by Boston. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Los Angeles has the basketball. To Jaylen Brown. And the Lakers clear. Coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Rajon Rondo. Celtics have it. Anthony Davis with a piece.
Sent a message on that one there. We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Brown with it up top. Counting down toward a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. And the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Into the front court comes Rondo. Less than a minute to go in this 3rd quarter. And count the basket inside.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Jaylen Brown. Oh, emphatic slam.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Oh, yes, me and you.
James to Davis. The shot almost. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. The monster stuff.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
LeBron into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Baseline drive. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who...
They need something to go down. It's no good. That ends the 3rd ball as we start the 4th quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Of urgency.
Here comes the screen. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
Come on, help get me out.
James to Davis. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Hayward. Great feed. And scores. Strong take.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's James controlling the offense. Here's a chance.
Get to the free throw line. See the ball go in the hole.
James. It goes down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
New blood coming in for both sides. LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Walker. Passed it off. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Cantor. And the finish. Slam dunk.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you headhunt.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Kyle Kuzma. Jumper's good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. James. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Throws it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Celtics have it. And a throwdown.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
James to Davis. And the bucket's good for DeMarcus.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
And finishes strong.
It has been. The passing has been great, but the precision of the passing has been next level. Every pass has been delivered right in the pocket, ready for the player to either shoot or dunk the ball.
That's me. I got ball.
James to Cousins. He throws it down. Timeout Boston, as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions. Boston. Entering the game.
Hayward.
For the Los Angeles Lakers.
Tatum.
Number 7.
That no good. Off the mark. JaVale McGee to Cousins. Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Hayward to Kemba Walker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
And throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Marcus Smart. DeMarcus Cousins rejects it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Walker into the front court. Down a bundle. DeMarcus Cousins sends it away. 4th this contest.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
James buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Walker. Nice pass to set things up. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Here we go. We got him. We got him.
All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
JaVale McGee swats it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Trying to cash in. Shot by Dudley misses.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
To James. Slams it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Slam dunk.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand.
I got ball. I got ball. They can pick it up. They can pick it up.
Easy path to the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Work it down to Brown. A big finish at the rim. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
LeBron James with the rock. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Kemba Walker, defended by Cousins. JaVale McGee sends it away. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. Time to shuffle things up.
For the Celtics. Number 11, Enes Kanter.
Has a look. Shot won't go. Caldwell Pope to James. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
To Walker from long range. Not getting the bounce. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
LeBron James at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Tatum. Can't connect. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew.